Hi everyone, this is Optimus Futures here bringing you a new tutorial. And in this video, we're pleased to announce that Tradingview Mobile is now available for the Optimus Futures brokerage. So if you have an existing Optimus Futures account with us configured for the CQG data feed, and you've been using the Tradingview desktop or web app, you can now download the mobile app from the Android or Apple Marketplace right off your cell phone or iPad and log in with your existing Optimus Futures trading account and trade right from your mobile device. So in this video, we're going to give a quick tutorial over the mobile app, but specifically, we're going to show you how to place orders and actually place trades right from the mobile app, right from the chart right here. Before you do anything, you'll first want to connect your CQG login with Optimus Futures to connect to the brokerage. To do that, you'll first want to open up a chart. And on the bottom of your screen, there'll be a scrollable tab here. The one I'm moving on the bottom here in the black section. All the way to the right, one of the last icons you'll see is two arrows. Right now on my screen, you're going to see this as the Optimus Futures logo because I'm already signed in. But just keep in mind, you will see two arrows. Now, for me, if you have already logged in, you'll see something like this, which is the account info window. If you haven't signed in yet, you'll see a list like this, which shows all the different brokers connected or available on Tradingview. For you, you'll want to click on the Optimus Futures option, type in your live CQG username and password, and click connect. Once you do, you'll be brought back to this screen, and essentially, as I mentioned, this is the account info window. This is where you can see your balances, your order history, your account summary, a notification log, etc. You'll also know when you notice when you log in, you'll get bracket order management. This is a unique feature that many people look for. It's a great addition and something that CQG has. Essentially what this is if you work with bracket orders and you go in with a quantity of greater than 1, when you enter your order, your bracket levels will typically match that of your entry order. So for example, if you enter with a quantity of 5 on your main entry order, your stop loss and take profit will also have a quantity of 5. But let's say you want to partially exit your position and reduce your quantity to 3. Rather than you having to cancel your working orders and replace them with a new quantity, what this does, it will automatically modify your existing brackets for you directly on the server. So you don't have to cancel anything. It'll automatically modify it based on the quantity. And every time you log into Tradingview Mobile, this option will pop up. It will automatically be turned on by default. You can click do not show again, so this won't pop up again. And you can turn off advanced bracket order management at any time. We recommend it. It's a great feature, but if you do not like that, you have the ability to turn it off. If you want to turn it off, just click where it says Optimus Live to the left of your name, and you see bracket order management right there, or brackets management, and you can uncheck that, and it will not do the behavior I just described. Now, before we move forward, we think it is a good idea to go into your trading settings right below brackets management, and this is where you can customize the different order availability options on Tradingview. So there are buy and sell buttons, which if we back out and go to our chart, are the blue and red buttons in the top left corner of your chart. Those are essentially for market orders. So if you tap that, which I'll demonstrate right now, blue is buy, red is sell. And you can click the figure in the middle to adjust your quantity. Right now I'm going in with a quantity of 1. You can click the plus or minus button to increase manually one at a time. Or you can type in a custom unit there, or use one of the pre-populated numbers in this list. So as mentioned, I'll just show off an order really quick. Again, this is a market order. So I'm going to go in with a buy 1. I click the blue button. And as you can see right away, I get my Tradingview order notification. It tells me the price. I bought it at $53.69.5. And in real time, it's showing my P&L populate up and down right next to my position on the right. To exit this trade, I have two options. I could either tap the red icon in the top left, which will place a sell market order, or I can click on the X right next to my position, and that will automatically do it for me. So as you see, I just sold at the market. I sold at $53.68.5. And if I want to go back and forget my fill prices or want to check my P&L or my new account balance after my trade, then I can go back to the bottom of my screen, click the Optimus Flow logo, and on the top here, you'll notice your different tabs. You'll want to go to either orders, and you can see exactly what I've done here. It tells you the fill quantity, average fill price, the time, the fill, the order ID, and the duration. Keep in mind there's some fields here that just may not be visible or may not activate based on certain criteria. There's only certain order types that will populate certain fields. Unfortunately, the commission field is not built into the data feed, so you won't see that there. But just keep in mind, it is normal for some things to be blank, especially if you're not using a take profit or stop loss. I was not in this example. That's why many of these fields are blank. But as you see, it has all the important statistics you need. You can also go to history, and this is a similar tab here. This will show everything. So not only will it show orders, but it also will show just filled orders. You can filter it. It'll show canceled orders, which I don't have any, or rejections if there's any rejections coming from the server. Since we're in this screen, we can show the rest of this. This is our account summary window. This is where you see your balance, your P&L on the day for the total, your previous day balance, etc. And then you have a notifications log. Anything that pops up in the bottom left of TradingView is considered a notification. Like you see, I have my executions here, and I have the bracket order management that popped up, that notification. So again, if you need to look back on anything that popped up in the bottom left of your screen, sort of where this icon that I'm moving around right now is, you can check the notification history, and it'll all show there. So far we've covered market orders. Let's move on how to place a limit or a stop as an entry order. So my preferred way of doing this is to tap on my chart and hold down my finger. Once you do that, you'll be presented with a crosshair, as you can see here. And I can move my crosshair up or down to any price. A really easy way to see what price you're at is if you look to the right of your finger here, right on the y-axis or the price axis of your chart, it'll tell you exactly what price you're lined up with. And right next to that price is a plus button. If you click on that plus button, you have a few different options. You can add an alert for yourself, which we'll probably get into in another video, but again, this is focusing on order types. Or you have the available order types at this level. So the TradingView platform is smart. It automatically configures the proper order type based on the side of the market that you're hovering over. So as you can see here, TradingView knows that I'm below the market price. So I need to place this as a stop, a sell stop, or a buy limit. So all I need to do is click on the option here that I want to place. Let's say, for example, I want to do a buy limit. I simply click on that price level, click on buy one limit here, and now I have a buy limit order. If I'm not happy with this price and I want to modify it, you can just pick it up, move it, and drag it. You just need a tap and then drag. And if it's in place, once it is in place, you can go ahead and configure yourself a stop loss or a take profit. You can click the SL, which stands for top stop loss. This goes below your entry. And I can tap it again, and this time you'll see I can have a TP, which is a take profit. This is going to be a sell limit order, and I can drag that up. And as you can see here, TradingView is also very smart. It automatically tells you the expected profit or loss based on how far you drag away your stop loss or your take profit. It automatically calculates the number of ticks away that is, or points, and automatically spits out the P&L for you, which is very nice. If you tap the position as well, you can see these blue lines connecting the orders. That's just essentially telling you you have one active working order and two pending orders contingent on that active working order to get filled. Once filled, the other two orders will become active themselves, and it's all attached as a server-side OCO. If you want to cancel this, you can click on the X right next to the position. It'll cancel all three. Or just like we placed the order, we can hover over our price level again, click the plus button, place our buy limit, tap it, and then we can just tap the X right next to my stop loss to cancel one specific order. So if you only need to cancel partial, you can do that. Just tap on each order here and there'll be an X right next to each one. And you can modify them or cancel them all as needed. They're all independent of each other. They are OCO attached on the server, but you can modify and, manipulate them as you need to independently. And remember, this is based on a quantity of 1. If I want to change my quantity using the quick order entry buttons in the top left, I can change it to a quantity of 2, a quantity of 3 as I see fit. And then when I place my new orders, you'll see right next to the order type, it'll tell you your quantity. So I just adjusted it in the top left, and now it's telling me instead of a buy 1 as it showed before, now I have a buy of 3. In this case, I was actually rejected due to margin, so this is a good example. My account balance is too low for the position size I was trying to take, and I received a rejection. You can see it tells you exactly what that rejection means in the bottom left. If for whatever reason I missed that notification, this is a good example of going to history and going to rejected, as I mentioned earlier. And now you can see here, I was rejected on a buy limit of 3 because I essentially tried to over leverage based on my account balance at the time. Assuming I had a higher balance, this order would have accepted and I would have won in with a quantity of 3. But in this case, it is a good learning lesson, or just a good example. This is a realistic situation that can occur with live accounts. So just keep that in mind. That is what that rejection means. And that, again, is a practical example of where you can check that. So because of that rejection, for the rest of this video, I'll be going down to a quantity of 1. But just remember, for adjusting your quantity, it can be done in the top left of this screen here. Now, moving forward, and a couple other things I'd like to show. As you've seen, when we have been clicking these buy and sell buttons, they're being placed instantly. Now, this is an option that is deliberately enabled. You can turn this off if you like. And to access this setting, in the bottom right next to the Optimus Flow logo, there's 3 dots. You'll want to click on those. And then go to chart settings. And here's our trading settings. I believe I briefly showed this window before. But this is where you can configure the trading for yourself. Now, as we've been using, there's buy and sell buttons in the top left. You can turn that off if you like. So if you don't accidentally want to click an order button and you only want to use analysis, you can enable or disable that. There's also instant order placement, which is what we've been working with. So I'm going to go ahead and enable that or disable that option and show you the difference. Instant order placement is essentially a method of one-click trading. Some users like it because it can help them enter into the market quicker without an order confirmation screen. But there's also the risk and liability of having this feature turned off, you accidentally misclicking. So it's very important that you're aware of this when it's enabled, because any order button you click, it will not give you a confirmation. And especially using these buttons in the top left, which are market orders, they get filled almost immediately in most market conditions. So again, you need to be aware of that being turned on. Up until this point, the entire video has had that setting enabled, but let's look at the difference. I just turned it off, and this time if I click the buy button, I will now be brought up with a screen. It's basically an order confirmation screen. But many people also like this, and this is something we're going to show later in the video, where this is where you can configure stop losses and take profits before you place your entry order. So some users may prefer this, some users not, depending on the order types you're looking for. If you are looking to place just straight market orders, you may want to consider enabling instant order placement. But if you are the type of trader that uses stop loss and take profits often, you may want to have this configured each time. If you click these 3 dots, you can actually dock this window, which is very nice. There's also some customization options. So rather than show orders in price, you can show it in ticks. It will, as you can see here, there's different settings for the risk quantities, showing you take profit and stop loss in US dollars rather than tick amounts, or you can do it by percentage as well. I'm going to leave everything by the default here, but just to show you the difference, this time at the top, you need to click buy or sell. It's fairly easy to tell which side you're on because blue is buy, so it changes the order button to blue. Red is sell, Same thing, it changes it to sell. And once you've decided which side you want to enter, you can then choose your order type. So by default, this is going to be a market order, but you can go in rather than holding the mouse, or excuse me, holding your finger down and using the crosshair to place your orders. You can go in with a limit order here. You can go in with a stop, or you can go in with the stop limit. The only thing with this is you need to manually type in your price. With the market order, it's just going to go in at the best available price. With the limit, it may slow you down a bit because you need to open this up and start clicking and choosing a price almost at the dome here, or by clicking the drop down and typing in your order or typing in the price. So whatever you prefer, whatever's quicker, feel free to do what you prefer. But in this case, I'm going to click this drop down and choose a price below the market. It tells you how many ticks away that is automatically, which again is very nice in one of those different settings. You have your order quantity, and you have your stop loss and your take profit. So as I showed before, I can go in, enable stop loss. There's also trailing stop if you prefer. And to access trailing stop, you just click on the name, and then you click on trailing stop. Type in your offset. You can do it by ticks, price, US dollars, or percentage. Any of these will automatically convert the other options to match. It automatically is smart enough to do the math in real time. So if I just change the price, it'll automatically change the ticks or the US dollar equivalent. So whatever you're comfortable with setting your offset at, go ahead and type that in, and then you can place your order. So just to reiterate and just to show you what I've done on my screen, I have a buy limit. The price I want to place my limit at is $53.61.25. And I'm going to go in with the stop loss of a 25 tick offset. I go ahead and click buy. And you can see that order right on my chart. And from here, you can modify each order as needed. They're all, again, they're independent of each other. This time, as you can see, it looks a little bit different because I now have the order confirmation on. So rather than just dragging it up and down as quickly as I used to be able to, I have to click modify order at each time. It's not that big of a deal and it doesn't slow you down too much, but if you're looking to do everything instantly without that additional order modification window on, you may want to consider turning that instant order placement back on. I'm not going to get filled on this, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel my orders. Again, it's not instant anymore. You'll see the cancel orders pop up, but again, this is up to you. Every trader is different, so if you want it on, just remember that there is that risk of accidentally clicking those buttons. A few other options and chart settings that we should go over. Positions. In my opinion, you should always have this on. It shows when you're actually in a position on your chart. For example, if I clicked a market order and I didn't have this enabled, the only way I'd be able to tell if I was in a position is to check this tab on my positions window. There would be no other indication that I'm in a trade at that time. So for that reason, I would suggest leaving that on, but you can turn it off. Same thing with profit and loss. This is a good one to have on. It shows you your P&L in the time of the trade. And you can set this by money, ticks, or by percentage. There's a reverse button as well, which means if you're long and you want to go short, if you click the reverse button, it will automatically place your liquidation order. So it'll place two sell orders, essentially. It'll place a sell at the market to exit your long, and then it'll place a new sell at the market price to reestablish your position, but on the sell side. Moving forward, there's orders. This is the same thing as positions that I mentioned, just for working orders. Again, in my opinion, you should always have this on so there's full transparency about what you're currently in and active at the time. If that was not on, the only place you would be able to check your orders is under this orders tab and by checking working. If that was turned off, there would be no other indication of what working orders you had at the time. So for that reason, in my opinion, leave that on. Bracket, profit and loss, same thing as the others. You should probably leave this on in my opinion. Otherwise, you would have to check that screen. I think most of this section here should be turned on. This next one is up to you. If you leave it on and you trade a lot, your screen could get cluttered, but I'll show you what I mean here. This executions, and this could be something you turn on maybe at the end of the day or just when you want to do a recap of your trading. As you can see, this just shows you all your execution labels during that day. So I have 4 executions during the day. It shows you my buys, it shows you my sells, it shows you the price labels and arrows at the price level they were placed at. In my opinion, I mean, this is just actually, it really comes down to the trader's opinion. This is subjective. Like I said, if you're trading a lot during the day, your screen might get quite cluttered, especially on a condensed mobile app. So this is something that I like turning on at the end of the day or just periodically when I'm not actually doing any analysis or trading myself. You can actually turn off the labels themselves too. So if you just want the arrows and maybe have an indication where you went long and short, but less clutter on the screen, that might be a good option. But again, all this is a visual thing that you can turn off. Just click on those 3 dots right next to the Optimus Flow logo again. Go to chart settings and then come to trading. And this is the execution label. I'm going to turn this off for now. Next up, we have extended price line for positions and orders. That's basically that line that I showed you that extends all the way to the right of the price axis. So you can see where you're about to place an order, the line of it, where it lines up on the price. So I like leaving this on for just a clear picture of where I'm about to execute my trade or where I'm doing my analysis. And then in this here, this is just for screenshots. I guess if you want to take a picture of your results for yourself, you can take built-in screenshots on Tradingview and then post them, or, you know, have them as a reference for yourself if you journal. If you do use that feature, as you can see, when you take a screenshot, this will show your orders and executions, regardless of the settings above. That's up to the trader, so that's really not much to do with trading, but if you use screenshot feature on this platform, you may want to keep that on. Now, moving forward, let's go ahead and show how to place or access the order ticket if you have one-click trading on. So again, let's just check my chart settings. We have instant order placement back on, but let's say we want to place a contingent order without getting filled right away, but we want to configure that order ticket for ourselves. Once again, tap and hold down until you get your crosshair enabled. To the right on the price axis, right next to the price that's lining up, you want to click the plus button and go ahead and click create new order. And this is how you access this window without actually having to turn on one-click trading. From here, it's pretty much as we've seen before. Tradingview knows the proper order types based on the side of the market you're at. So just because I placed a limit order below the market price, it knows to hover over buy limit. If you do want to place a sell, you just click on the red button, sell, and you would change this to a stop. And then from there, you just configure the price. Because I tapped and clicked the plus button when my price was next to, or my crosshair was on 53, 56, 75, that is what my order ticket was configured for. So it's nice that it takes the order parameter on your chart and plugs it into this ticket here. But like I showed you before, if you want to edit this, click the drop down. You can slide up and down to choose a price, or you can use your keyboard to type in a different price and modify this if you'd like. Go ahead and click the up arrow to basically save your result, and then go ahead and place your order, or configure the rest of your order. So here, you can place a stop loss if you want to. Same thing, you can type in a tick offset. And as you saw when I typed it in, it automatically recalculated my risk for me. It told me what price level that would be placed at and what the US dollar loss would be if that got triggered. And then finally, here's some of the different time and force settings. These are basically durations for your order. There's day, which if the market closes at 4 p.m. Central Time, if you have this open, it will automatically cancel your order when the market closes. There's good till cancel, which will be a good till cancel unless the user canceled it or the market actually expires, or excuse me, the contract expires, the order will remain active. There's good till day, good till a specific time, fill or kill, fill and kill, and a few other miscellaneous ones. Tradingview has a good resource and guide on what every single one of these means. So if you're not sure, and this guy didn't do a good enough job of explaining it, feel free to look up Tradingview Time and Force, and they have a good guide that explains each one of these in detail. Some of them are contingent, like you'll see good till time. You can put a specific day and time there. Good till day, you choose a specific calendar date that the working order is active till. So this could be a good idea if you are a long-term swing trader and you need your orders to line up with the expiration of certain markets. You can click good till day or good till time, and this may be a good idea to schedule it for yourself. Again, you just click here, you can choose a calendar, select your day, select your time, and the order will go in place. Let's go ahead and just place this order really quick. Just to show you, the market's moved a little bit, so I'm going to reconfigure my ticket here. Again, I long tap my finger down, find the label, click the plus button, create a new order. My price is already set. I want to place my stop loss, and then I click sell. Here we go in with the short. As you can see, the difference here, it places a sell stop. My contingent, not active yet, but my contingent OCO order, my stop loss, is attached to my sell stop, and I can click my sell stop to exit, and both will go out at the same time. These are essentially the order options on Tradingview Mobile. They're simple, yet effective. They're very customizable, and Tradingview does a really good job of making everything super simple and intuitive on mobile. It's just like the desktop version. You just have to use your finger instead of a mouse. You long press to place your order or turn on instant order placement to go ahead and configure those order buttons. These have been the order types on Tradingview. We'd like to make more Tradingview mobile videos. We just wanted to focus on order execution for this one, but in the next few videos, we'll be going over how to customize your charts, set up different indicators, how to change symbols, things like that. In this video, as you can see, we just used the MES, the Micro E-mini S&P 500. This is a June contract. Just in case you wanted to know, to change your symbol, you do it in the bottom left of your chart. You'll see by default it says MES there, but you can choose whatever symbol you have active on your account. For example, if I type in the MNQ, you'll see the MNQM 2024. And if you're enabled for trading, you can start switching around your symbols. There's also a little quick drop-down menu that you can slide up and down to choose your symbol. There's time frames that you can choose, seconds, minutes, days, ranges. There's a lot in this mobile app. So we're going to end that video here. This is going to be just focused on order execution for today. The next videos will be more about customization of the software. So we hope you found this video helpful. If there's anything you think we missed or you just need to get some more information on it, feel free to head over to our community forum. It's community.optimusfutures.com. You can ask any questions there. You can request more Tradingview mobile videos. Whatever you'd like, feel free to reach out to there and we'll give you a hand. You can also post some comments in the comment section down below if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. We hope you found this video helpful. Until the next one, this is Optimus Futures signing out.